This is a video all about Tuolumne County and my road trip in North California. There are tons of things you can do in this county all year round, and it is the perfect gateway to Yosemite National Park. And if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you're enjoying it, and comment any questions that you have. Later in this video, I'll be talking about everywhere that you can stay in Tuolumne County, and of course the food and the restaurants. Our first stop is the Columbia Historic State Park, a place where they say you can step back in time through history and explore the California Gold Rush. Columbia was known as the gem of the southern mines, and by 1853 was actually the largest city in California. And unlike a lot of the other mines which sort of perished due to fire and vandalism, Columbia survived. There's many shops here, many people working as usual, and just over here you can actually pan for gold. Earlier on there were a bunch of kids doing it, now it's completely empty. Okay, we are trying sarsaparilla, a local root beer at the Columbia State Park. We've all tried it. Not sure what everyone else thinks, but they don't like it.
I'm trying the Wi-Fi way.
So I tried to do it that way, like different.
Yeah, I wouldn't add that to the menu. A bit like mouthwash. Cheers. The next stop is the Indigeny Reserve, where you can go cider tasting. They distill vodka and brandy here as well. But yeah, fantastic place. That's where I had the Granny's Gone Wild from the start of the video. It's huge. You can sit out and enjoy the grounds. They also do some cycling tours. They have bands at the weekend. You can go backstage and have a look at how they make the cider. And don't forget to try and meet Wilson. He was awesome. This particular cider is called Granny's Gone Wild. Oh yeah. Next up, we are at Railtown, 1897 in Jamestown, and this historic railway station has been used in many movies such as Back to the Future 3 and also in the A-Team. After the Railtown, I recommend having a walk around Jamestown, pretty historic, and then stop by Frosty's, known for its ice creams and its milkshakes. Good morning from our next beautiful stop behind me now. This is Pinecrest Lake. I will tell you more about it in due course, but for now, there are no kayaks because it's off season, so we're going to get a motorboat, cross the lake and do some hiking. We have made it, and we are now going to do the Cleo's bath hike. This close to the waterfall, and the sheer force and the power. It's kind of scary, it's kind of terrifying. But look, nice ledge to hold on to. Unbelievable. All this water is glacial runoff, so it is icy cold. We're on our way back down now. That was awesome. I'd say actually it's a 3-hour round hike. We took the boat across to actually save us time, because otherwise you can do it without a boat, you just have to walk all the way around the lake. But I will just say the last bit with the last 20 minutes, that's tough. It's quite technical. You need good boots. I wouldn't recommend doing that alone or without good walking boots, but if you can do it, it is well worth it. The boat's still there. It's one thing I love in California. It's a good motorboat. So the next stop is Groveland, where we are staying, and tonight we're heading to Around the Horn Brewery for a beer tasting and a bite to eat. They've also got a quiz going on in there tonight. But if you're going to come through Groveland, stop at the Iron Door Saloon, the oldest continually operating saloon in all of California. Our next activity in Tuolumne County, and one I strongly recommend, is 4x4 driving with Miller's Off-Road Adventure. And I am driving right now one of my favorite vehicles in the world, a Jeep Wrangler. Let's go. Tuolumne County road trip is the Hetchy Reservoir. As you can see behind me now, the whole thing is beautiful. You can actually hike all the way along here to the Wapama falls, which are amazing. I have done that before, but they weren't flowing as much as they are right now. So I 100% recommend you do that. It's going to take about 3 hours. Sadly, we don't have time to do that today. We've got a very jam-packed itinerary. But this stop, add it to your list. So there you have all of my amazing things to do in Tuolumne County, and then you can use it as the gateway to Yosemite National Park. I'm pretty sure most of you are going to be this far to see Yosemite itself, and you cannot miss it. So I'm just going to cut to a few of the beautiful shots of this incredible place, one of my favorite places in the world. And moving on to where to stay in Tuolumne County, I've got a lot of recommendations for you, so I'm going to list them off now. The first place is the Sonora Inn, which is right in the heart of Sonora. You can overlook the high street from some of the bedrooms. You might just want to check which rooms have been refurbished, because they are going through ongoing refurbishment, but they do have a pool and a lovely breakfast. The second place that we stayed is called Lilleskog Lodge. This is a whole house, a whole lodge with incredible views. It's very close to the vista called the Rim of the World, and has similar views. I mean, imagine waking up to this view every morning. The only thing with Lilleskog Lodge is I do believe you have to book the whole lodge. They have weddings there, so if you're a large group, you can book that lodge, and I think you'll very much enjoy it. Next up is the Firefall Lodge. We were lucky enough to actually visit during their grand opening, so we couldn't stay there because it has literally just opened, I think last week. Incredible rooms, incredible lodges. I love the little lake in the middle with all of the bird life, and again, perfectly positioned for Yosemite. My fourth recommendation is Rush Creek. I've stayed here before and I loved it. It has a fantastic spa, a nice restaurant and bar, and a huge pool, and most importantly, it has amazing hats. This is my little hat from Rush Creek. There's a lot of stories behind this hat and I love it. And my fifth recommendation for places to stay is the Evergreen Lodge, a mountain resort with beautiful lodges and an amazing view for sunset. Haven't stayed there quite yet myself, but I have been there and had a look around and had a nice lunch there. Definitely recommend that. And in fact, Evergreen, Rush Creek and Firefall are all owned by the same people, and they do a fantastic job. And moving on to some of the amazing food that we had in Tuolumne County, I'm going to list these off because I'm running out of time. The first one is the Armory in Sonora, which has fresh food and a great selection of bourbon right in the heart of Sonora. The second one is called the St. Charles Saloon in Columbia Historic State Park. Amazing pizza, craft beer, what more could you want? The third suggestion is Covers Apple Ranch. This one's near Pinecrest Lake. Make sure you try the apple juice and the homemade apple pie. They've also got a petting zoo and some awesome goats, and you can ride the train just like Dave did. Next up, we've got El Aroro, a Mexican restaurant in Sonora. We all loved our different dishes here. It's right there by the river, and they also have some fantastic margaritas. And finally, mentioning them again, Evergreen Lodge, great food, great cocktails. I had an amazing old-fashioned in there and a beautiful setting, so definitely check that one out. If you're not staying there, pop in there for lunch. So there you have it, all of my tips, places to stay and restaurants for Tuolumne County in California. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do please feel free to check out some of my articles on Tuolumne, on North California road trips from San Francisco to Mammoth Lakes, from skiing in California. There's lots in the link below. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Drop any questions and comments below. Like it if you're enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to turn on the notifications. You of course can. Thank you for watching and happy travels.